Yo, what's going on, man? It's your boy Daryl, aka Chavers Nation, back here with another Ingenuity Inspired Greatness talk. So today I want to talk about humility. And I'm going to reference my time in high school to the time that I came to college. Okay? So when I was in high school, I was a junior with a 3.9, 4.0 GPA. And when I started to apply for colleges, I already knew where I wanted to go. I've been knew where I wanted to go since 7th grade. So when I was in 7th grade, when the Alumni had the best winning team, I was playing basketball, and I thought that I was going to go to the University of Illinois and play basketball. That was my dream, and you couldn't tell me anything differently. But however, once I got to fast forward to high school, I started running track and I stopped playing basketball. So once I started running track, my dream was for me to run track at the University of Illinois and go to the University of Illinois and study computer engineering and study law as well. So that was my dream. I wanted to go there and study law and computer engineering. At the time, that's how I was thinking. So then I was a part of this science project called Thornridge Biodiesel, and we ended up going down to the University of Illinois and working with them during the engineering open house. So I kept constantly getting exposed to the school, and I started to attract that to me because I was going down there for that. I went down there a few more times to work and do a few other things, and I just really started to fall in love with that school and started to fall in love with the campus, the environment, everything before I even really touched foot on the campus. So when I applied to get in my junior year of high school, I ended up getting in. And once I got into University of Illinois, I really didn't care about applying to other schools because I knew for a fact that that's where I wanted to go. And so once I got in, I was cool. Once I got in, I was excited. I was pumped up. And then after getting in, I got on the academic top 10. So after getting into University of Illinois, I got on the top 10, which is one of the biggest goals that I was really fighting for in high school, was to get up there on that top 10. Once I got up there, the only thing I hadn't done was to make it downstate for track. So in terms of school, in terms of class and everything like that, I knew that only thing that I had to do was maintain this GPA in order for me to get to the University of Illinois. Or at that time, I went so much into another way to put it is I went so much into a celebration mode of making it to the top that I forgot about what it took to get there. And I started to function off of a minimum level versus a maximum level. So when I started to go to class and I started to think about school, the way I was thinking about school was maintain a 4.0 versus get the highest grade that I could possibly get. And going into school with that mindset, on top of having senioritis, like not wanting to do anything because you feel like you've already made it, taking that mindset and that mentality with me to the University of Illinois didn't help me because I had checked off everything off my list. And so I had these long-term goals of graduating from the University of Illinois in engineering and law. But as far as my short-term goals and as far as working on the everyday stuff, the process stuff, I wasn't planning that out. I wasn't executing the things that I need to do in order for me to get to where I wanted to go. And the reason why I wasn't doing it is because in high school, everything came easy to me. So since everything came easy to me, I really didn't have to work that hard. I worked hard, but I didn't have to work hard and rigorous. A lot of the information that we were going over in class would come easy. A lot of things as far as track would come easy. Like a lot of things that I was doing in high school, it just came easy. I never really studied for exams, and I took that same mentality with me when I went to college. And it wasn't until that first semester, at the end of the semester, when I was failing chemistry, that I realized, man, I can't work myself out of this one. I ain't gonna be able to get the grade that I can get. That I would have been like, if this was high school, I would have been turned this grade around. But in college, I realized I couldn't turn it around. And when I realized I couldn't turn it around, it was nothing that I could do. I just had to go ahead and take that L and get humbled. So in that class, I ended up not taking the final for that class and getting an F in that class. And so getting an F in that class, psychology, I had a D in that class. And then the algebra class I was taking, I had a D in there because I missed doing all of the quizzes online. So I ended up that semester with a 1.1 GPA. And that was such a humbling experience for me because I had never failed a class before, let alone got anything below a C. I may have held a D at a point in the class, but I never finished the class with anything lower than a C. And so to get a 1.1 GPA my first semester of college, it really humbled me because I thought I had that like I know it all mentality, and my ego I got knocked right down. And I came down, and the reality that I was in, it was a reality I never expected to be in. But it took that 1.1 GPA for me to understand that I can't do the same shit that I did when I was in high school. I can't do the same things and think that I'm gonna get the same result when I went to the next level. And so I was so upset at how I performed that semester in school. I remember going home and my parents asking me how I did, and I didn't tell them what my grades was. I didn't show them my grades. I didn't do anything as far as my grades because I was so embarrassed at how I had did that first semester that I really had to sit down and fight with myself every single day to get myself in alignment for that second semester so that I could come back and have a better semester. But I know that I wouldn't have been able to get humbled like that. Well, I needed to get humbled like that because the mentality that I had coming from high school was a mentality, that was the wrong mentality to have. I shouldn't have came into college with a mentality of, oh, I made it, ooh, celebrating the milestone when I still got the finish line for high school. The start is the same starting line for college. So just because I just finished high school, I should not be resting long. I should be getting ready to start again because it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. And it took for me that semester to first start to understand that it's not a sprint and you have to do action every single day. And it takes a certain situation and things like that to humble us for us to kind of understand that, because before then, like I said, I never struggled with school. I was always an honor roll student. I never had any problems with school till I got to the college level, and that's when I started having all the problems. So I had to get humbled by getting that 1.1 GPA so that I could realize that I can't do the same things, and if I want to perform at a high level on this level, I got to step my game up and I got to come back better. So yeah, man, that was it, man. That was the thing that I got humbled with when I was. That was the thing that humbled me. Now I know there's many other forms of humility that we can talk about or that I can talk about, but that was the one that came to the top of my head today. So that's what I wanted to share with y'all today, is just like, man, when you have the opportunity to choose humility versus getting humbled, I'm recommending that you choose humility, because if you don't choose humility, life will humble you. And life humbled me in that moment, and it continued to humble me. It continues to humble me. I'm humbled, but there is a level of humility, or always a room for you to grow in every level. So I welcome the new humility in my life, and I attract that to me as I go through my life and as I continue to work hard and continue to do the things that I want to do. But that's it for this week, man. Y'all share some of y'all stories or some of y'all experience, or tell me what y'all think about me talking about this humility. So I'll be coming on the channel and just talking about different times in my life and different subjects. So today is humility. This is the first part. I'm going to come back and give y'all another story talking about humility. But this is the first part. Signing off, your boy Daryl, with another Ingenuity Inspired Greatness talk. All right. Holla at y'all.